Marhaban everyone and welcome to this new video by 360arabic.com. In this video, we will be looking at long vowels in Arabic. You can watch these videos independently, but they're meant as companion videos to our free ebook, The Letters and Sounds of Arabic, which you can download for free from 360arabic.com or by following the link in the description below. Let's talk about long vowels in Arabic. Long vowels in Arabic are expressed by the addition of 3 letters to your consonants. The alif without the hamza, the waw, and the ya. You know these letters and you've known them as consonants. Think of the Arabic language as having 2 sets of alif, waw, ya, alif, waw, ya. The first set, these are consonants. They behave in exactly the same way as all other consonants. They are also borrowed to function as vowels, as long vowels. In very simple, straightforward terms, what you do to obtain a long vowel sound is you use your consonant. Let's say we want to produce the long vowel sound in ba, ba. You know this is a ba. We've used the short vowel already. And you add the alif. This is ba. You can keep the short vowel, of course, because you can think of the long vowel as a booster to the short vowel. Same thing for boo. It is a ba. We add the dhamma, that's boo, and we make it long by introducing the waw. This is boo. Finally, bi. Adding the ya creates the b sound, which is long vowel attached to the letter ba. Ba, boo, bi. Let's recap. Ba, boo, bi, b, ban, bun, bin, ba, boo, bi. Now you have all the vowels in Arabic. The short vowels, the short basic vowels, then the short nasalized vowels, then the long vowels. And you can use these vowels with any consonant. Let's say kha. So kha, khu, khi, kh, khan, khun, khin, kha, khu, and khi. As mentioned in the previous slide, we think of alif, waw, and ya as consonants, and we should continue to think of them as consonants. We should also keep in mind that we borrow alif, waw, and ya to act as long vowels in Arabic. We have seen examples where ba becomes ba when we add the long vowel with the alif. Now, the same thing is possible with these consonants here. Let's not forget that they act as consonants as well. And therefore, let's start with waw. This is wa, wu, we, wun, etc. With long vowels, we also add the alif to obtain wa, wa. To obtain woo, we use the long vowel waw, and we use the ya. We should think of these consonants as fully fledged Arabic language consonants that are entitled to their vowels. And so, if we have ya, we add the long vowel a without the hamza, of course. It's the long vowel version. We obtain ya. We add the wow. We obtain you. We add the ya, and we obtain ye. Ye. A also accepts long vowels. We have a plus wow, and a plus ya. So this should be a, u, and e. You would think that to produce the sound a, which is alif plus the long vowel, alif, we would put them side by side. After all, the alif cannot connect to what comes after it naturally. But this, for some reason, is not acceptable in Arabic, and therefore a new sound is introduced, and it's an alif with the tilde. When you see an alif with the tilde, that's a. The rest is just as you would expect, u and e. Finally, when you apply the long vowels to the lam, lam plus alif, lam plus waw, and lam plus ya, you would proceed naturally, li, lu, and here la. We actually find ourselves in the same position as the alif. We cannot just close the lam and put an alif standing alone. This idea of two shapes like sticks standing side by side in Arabic is just not possible, and therefore we have a new symbol. We just cross it with the alif diagonally. So lam plus alif equals la. So la, lu, and li. Now, to reiterate, waw and ya and alif work as consonants and as vowels. Of course, the alif, to work as a vowel, we can't have the hamza on it. And so, wa, that's waw with the long vowel alif, wu, waw with the long vowel waw, and we, waw with the long vowel ya. Wa, wu, we, ya, you, ye. A, remember the tilde sign? A, u, e. So we cannot keep the alif standing side by side, as we said. That produces the alif with the tilde. And we cannot have the lam and alif standing side by side like this if they're in the same word. And therefore we have the lam with alif intervening diagonally. One final symbol to keep in mind. We looked at the fatha, the dhamma, the kasra, and the sukoon. A, u, e, ba, bu, bi, b. There's an additional symbol that we use. It's not really a vowel, but it is an important marker for emphasis, for stress. And it's called the shadda. It looks like a sin. In this example here, we have the word sharaha. Sharaha. Sha, ra. Now we know how to place the vowels. And ha. Okay? Sha, ra, ha. Now if we add the shadda under the harakat, this tells us that this sound right here is emphasized. So it's not sharaha anymore, it's sharraha. Sharraha. Emphasis is something that you're familiar with in English. The shadda functions as the marker of emphasis in Arabic. Is this a hard thing? Is this an easy thing? I think it's an easy thing because one of the problems I faced, and I still face as a person whose first language is not English, and having taken English courses from British, Arab, and American professors, you get exposed to very different ways of placing emphasis. So it's one of the headaches learners of English as a foreign language have to struggle with all the time. And because there are no markers.
Why they did that? To make it more complicated. I don't understand. Even in the word emphasis, I don't know where to put this emphasis. I don't know if you say emphasis or emphasis or emphasis. I don't know. I'm confused.
In Arabic, you have the shadda to save you. You see the shadda, that's where you place the stress. That's where you place the emphasis. Emphasis is not just cosmetic, it is phonemic. It affects meaning. We saw the word sha, ra, ha, and the word sharraha. Sharaha means to explain. Sharraha means to dissect or to perform an autopsy. So just the intervention of the stress of the shadda on this particular letter changed our meaning completely. So shadda is very useful and is a sign to reckon with. Here are the examples of placing the shaddas with the short vowels. Let's look at this one. Batta, batta. So I know this is emphasized. Batta, batta. The second word, fassir, fassir. So you know this is fassir. It should be fassir, and therefore we have to add the shadda. In this particular case, with the kasra, some people like to put the kasra underneath the shadda. Fassir, fassir. Finally, as-suq, as-suq. Suq. But as-suq, it's emphasized. I've seen instructors of Arabic refer to the shadda as a double vowel. You can look at it that way if you want, like as-suq. It doubles the consonant on which it rests. So instead of pronouncing it once, you kind of pronounce it twice. Instead of saying as-suq, you say as-suq. But technically, you cannot say as-suq. That's not how the shadda works. Therefore, I tend to avoid presenting this notion as a double consonant or a double letter. It's just emphasis, and English language speakers are very familiar with emphasis though, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. Now let's practice. Again, we have a number of words that we are going to connect. So that's task number one. And we're going to listen to how they're pronounced to be able to correctly place the short and long vowels. Okay, ready? So, listen carefully. It's going to be futatun, futatun. Fu sounds like a short vowel. Ta is a long vowel. Tun is the ta with the double dhamma for the nasalized sound. Futatun, futatun, futatun. This word is salamun, salamun. Pause the video and take a second and try to do it. Salamun. Okay, so it is sa. Sounds like a short vowel to me. Salamun. The long vowel is the lam, and it's la. La with the alif. Mun. We know, of course, that this is prohibited in Arabic, and therefore we have to go back and rewrite the lam. Sa, lamun. We have added the alif, but we have added it diagonally. Now the next word is حضور. حضور. Okay? Hu looks like a short vowel. Du sounds like a long vowel. Du, long. Du, run, short vowel. Finally, qalbi. Qalbi. So, qa sounds like a short vowel. Lam with the sukoon. I made that lam a little bit too long. Proportionality is important in Arabic. We have discussed that. Qal with the sukoon. B sounds like a long E sound. B, B. Here's another exercise. The first word is going to have kaf, lam, mim, and nun, but we can't just join them now because we may have to add long vowels to them based on how they sound. So word number one is going to sound like kallamani, kallamani, kallamani. So there is a stress somewhere. Let's hear it again. Kallamani, kallamani. So ka sounds like a short vowel. Kallamani. So there's la, ma, and ni, long ya. But we're not done. The word sounds like kallamani, not kalamani. Not kalamani. This is kalamani. We want kallamani. Is it a long vowel? Well, if it's that, it will sound kalamani. The difference between the long vowel and the shadda is that this would sound kalamani, while this would sound kallamani. Kallamani. I understand that in some cases, learners tend to sort of confuse the shadda with the long vowel. Think of it that way. This is la, and this is la. La, la, da, da, ka, ka. That's the difference. One is emphasis, the other one is just long. The next word is going to be, again, you can pause and do this, and then come back and look how we did. This is going to be faminin, faminin, faminin. Doesn't sound like we have a shadda here. So this is going to be fa, mi. That's a long vowel. Nin. That's a short double kasra. Faminin. The next one is going to sound like huduri, huduri, huduri. Give it a shot. It is hu, du. So that's a sound, a long vowel. Hudu, huduri. Ri also sounds like a long vowel. Huduri, huduri. Finally, this word here, this word will sound like qalaban, qalaban, qalaban. That's a long qa. La, that's a short la. Qalaban and ban. One trick you need to know in Arabic, it's nothing you have to worry about right now, but it's one of those idiosyncrasies of Arabic, is that whenever you end with an sound, it has to have an alif in the end. There is no reason I can give you, but this is how Arabic works. Whenever an is placed at the end of a given word, we can't close just like this. We have to add an alif to it in the end. That's just one of those things that you will know with time, nothing you should worry about right now. So, congratulations. You now know how to use short vowels and long vowels in Arabic. We've seen the short vowel symbols, the 4 basic ones plus the an, un, and in. We've seen the long vowels and how alif, waw, and ya act as long vowels to produce the sounds a, u, e. We also introduced a new symbol, the little scene, the Shadda, which shows emphasis when it's placed in a given word. Now, the challenge is to develop an ear for when is a vowel long and when is a vowel short. It's something that is challenging sometimes, but don't worry, it is going to be the subject of our next video. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share your free ebook, The Letters and Sounds of Arabic. مع السلامة.